Part 2 of Warriors, the New Prophecy, Book Number 3, Dawn. Page 71, Chapter 5. Leafpaw tried to swallow, but her mouth had suddenly become too dry, and the pelts she had eaten seemed to be lodged halfway down her throat. Trying not to bring them up again, she lapped a few mouthfuls of slimy water. She fought the urge to curl up in the back of her cage and lose herself in dreams. She could not rely on Zirclan to get her out of this place. She had faith that her warrior ancestors were watching the destruction of the forest, but her instincts told her that they were powerless against the Tolok's cruelty. It was her own wits she would have to rely on now. She had to find a way to escape. She couldn't let Cody or her clanmates down. She remembered Gorsetail stretching his paw out from the cage to reach just the cobweb. "Cody," she mewed, "you told me you tried to reach the catch that keeps the cage locked." "Yes, but I couldn't get a grip on it," Cody confirmed. "What about the rest of you?" Leafpaw called out to the other cats, "Can anyone undo his hatch?" Mine's stiff too," replied Gorsetail. "My web is ripped," Cloudtail reported. "I can almost get 2 paws out, but I can't reach the catch." "You're all wasting your time," Sasha growled. "Face it, there's no way out of here." Outside, the noise of the Tolok monsters rumbled on, making the nest shudder. Leafpaw couldn't believe that there was no way out of the nest, whatever Sasha thought. If she gave up, there would be no hope left at all. As she listened to the Toloks calling gruffly to one another in the growing dusk outside, she reached through the web at the front of her cage and began to claw at the catch that held it closed. Chapter 6. Page 73. The waning moon cast enough light through the leafless branches to make the forest glow with eerie silver. Frost traced the outline of the dying ferns as Squirrelpaw padded through the trees beside Brambleclaw. "It'll be cold at 4 Trees," she fretted, hoping that her sister was warm wherever she was. "But at least it's clear," Brambleclaw answered in a low voice, "so her pelt will be shining." They were following Firestar and Cinderpelt through the forest. The pace was slower than the 2 younger cats had been used to on their long journey, but Cinderpelt was struggling to keep up. Cold and hunger had made her limp worse than usual. "If there is a sign," Squirrelpaw wondered out loud, "how long do you think it'll be before we go?" She wanted a chance to find her sister before the clans left the forest. "I don't know," Brambleclaw replied. "You saw what happened last night. Firestar couldn't force the clan to leave." He's bound by the warrior code as much as any cat, and even though he's our leader, he has to obey the will of the clan. Squirrelpaw's belly tightened as she remembered the clan's reaction. Beneath the stars, huddled against the icy wind that whipped the rock, Firestar had told him the message that she and Brambleclaw had brought back from StarClan. A shock cry rippled around the gathered cats. "We can't leave the forest," Frostfur wailed. "We'll all die. We'll die if we stay," Swirltail pointed out. "But this is our home." Speckled Tail's rasping "you" had cracked as she raised her voice. At least Shrewpaw sounded eager. "When are we going?"